Hi friends! Imagine this scene. A father goes into his daughter's room to tuck her in at bedtime. She is surrounded by stuffed animals and her cherished dolls. She's in that sweet, still twilight moment between wakefulness and sleep. He sits on the side of her bed, looks deeply into her little eyes, while she lies there still as if she'd been hypnotized, and he tries to tell her what is in his heart. I'm so grateful that you are alive. Do you have any idea how much I love you? There is no gift in my whole life like the gift of being your dad. She stares up at him and then she speaks, "Daddy, I love you so much." Her eyes well up, his too. She puts her little arms around his neck. It's a Hallmark moment. He walks out of the room feeling like he has the whole fatherhood thing down. He goes into the next bedroom, and this child too is surrounded by stuffed animals and dolls, although some of them have been kicked from the bed to the floor. She's not in that sweet, still twilight moment because she does not know twilight. She only has two gears, full throttle and unconscious. He sits on the side of her bed, which is not still because she never holds still long enough to be hypnotized. He goes into the same speech. I'm so grateful you are alive. Do you have any idea how much I love you? There's no gift in my whole life greater than the gift of being your dad. She stares up at him, and suddenly she's still and she speaks, "Daddy, you have something hanging out of your nose." Two children, same parents, same gene pool, same family, same household, but two very different personalities. In order for that father to relate to his children in a meaningful way, he has to communicate and be present with them in a manner that honors their unique personalities. Obviously, the tender, sentimental outpouring of his heart, although highly effective with the first daughter, was not getting through to the second daughter at all. With the second daughter, the message of his love and thankfulness might have better been conveyed by a boisterous tickle fest right before bed. You can imagine her throwing her arms around his neck in laughter and delight, conveying her love without a single word. Just as this father's children are different, so each of God's children is different. And just as the father needs to relate differently to each of his children in order to communicate his heart to them, so God uses different means of communication by which God expresses God's heart to us. Over the last couple of weeks, we've thought about some of the different ways that we experience God's heart and express our heart to God. Activism, contemplation, service, worship, intellect, and relationships. And even though they are all different, and even though we gravitate towards some more than others, we need to practice all of them to some extent. And we need to be in relationship with others who gravitate to pathways that are different from our own. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow.